Size shoe you wear?
10.5, 11.
These are 11 and a halves. You can see if they fit if you're in need. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. To Travis Scott. Hey, as long as you can use a pair of shoes, that's all that matters.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good
You like them?
as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, they do go with that. They want to go, brother.
Two teams have met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Texas. Yeah, it's tight of it. Investigation. It's okay. It's rhetoric. Take a hit of it.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now Lamar changing the play.
Brings up second and yard.
That's it. That's literally it.
Henry again on second down. And he'll get it up here to 35 to 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup, but that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. In motion left, Flowers. To throw is Jackson. And he can't get away from the pressure the Giants get there. Abdul Carter. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Jackson steps away to his left. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Here's Jackson. They sack him back at the 42. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
Here's Jackson to throw. This will go to Henry out wide. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Now it's Jackson. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
This time Jackson will throw it. And Walker has it. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Ravens 7, Giants nothing. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Dart. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he goes out right around the 39.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. To throw, Dart. And he goes down. the Ravens able to get to him. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. A 1st down carry for Henry. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Henry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Derrick Henry. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll run it again with Henry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Jackson. And will be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Giants are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.